China has demarcated an air defense identification zone over an area of the East China Sea, covering islands that are also claimed by Japan. China's defense ministry said aircraft entering the zone must obey its rules or face emergency defensive measures. The zone came into effect from 10 o'clock local time, 02:00 GMT, on Saturday. The islands, known as Senkaku in Japan and Diaoyu in China, are a source of rising tension between the countries. Japanese media have warned the move could further raise those tensions. In its statement, the Chinese Defense Ministry said aircraft must report a flight plan, maintain two-way radio communications, and respond in a timely and accurate manner to identification inquiries. China's armed forces will adopt defensive emergency measures to respond to aircraft that do not cooperate in the identification or refuse to follow the instructions, said the statement. A map posted on Twitter by state news agencies in Hua showed the zone covering a wide area of the East China Sea, including regions very close to South Korea and Japan. Rising tensions. Responding to questions about the zone on an official state website, a defense ministry spokesman, Yang Yujun, said China set up the area with the aim of safeguarding state sovereignty, territorial land and air security, and maintaining flight order. It is not directed against any specific country or target, he said, adding that China has always respected the freedom of overflight in accordance with international law. Normal flights by international airliners in the East China Sea Air Defense Identification Zone will not be affected in any way. The islands have been a source of tension between China and Japan for decades. In 2012, the Japanese government bought 3 of the islands from their Japanese owner, sparking mass protests in Chinese cities. Since then, Chinese ships have repeatedly sailed in and out of what Japan says are its territorial waters. In September this year, Japan said it would shoot down unmanned aircraft in Japanese airspace after an unmanned Chinese drone flew close to the disputed islands. China said that any attempt by Japan to shoot down Chinese aircraft would constitute an act of war. Last month, Japan's defense minister, Itsunori Onodera, said China's behavior over the disputed East China Sea islands was jeopardizing peace. BBC World Service East Asia editor Charles Scanlon says the confrontation over the small chain of uninhabited islands is made more intractable by conflicting claims for potentially rich energy resources on the seabed. But the issue has now become a nationalist touchstone in both countries, making it hard for either side to be seen to back down, he says.